All right, in this episode, we talk about two-a-days and weighted box jump training
and overtraining.
Brent Porcio, Stephen Godani here at TopVelocity, hashtag Pitch Tips Show, where you go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, at TopVelocity, hashtag Pitch Tips, hashtag Baseball Tips. Ask your question, we answer on the show. Stephen, I guess, is on Snapchat right now. So if you haven't found us on Snapchat, go and do that. We've been communicating a lot through Snapchat. Just wanted to let you know, February 20th, 21st, I'll be coming to Premier Baseball Academy in Houston, the Zone, and Legends in Houston, either the 20th or 21st. If you want to sign up for the seminars, you go to TopVelocity.net/Houston. Also, I'll be coming to Long Beach, California for a full day clinic, very similar to the camps. You can go and sign up under the 3X Velocity camps. Look at March 26th, it says Long Beach, California, and you can sign up for those clinics there. I would say hurry up on that. Spaces are limited on that. And yeah, let's get our question going for the day. Mike O'Brien asks, what do you think of two-a-day training with your program? What do you think of weighted box jump training? Hey Mike, I've heard you've been having success with the program. That's great. 2 days, yeah. We will bring in 2 days when guys really want to kind of step up a level. So I wouldn't ever suggest that on your first few cycles. I think after that, you can bring in some 2 days. So 2 days, we would basically throw early in the day. And then right after your throws, you would go in and you do some clean pulls, snatch pulls, hang pulls. Don't really catch, but definitely bring in some extra Olympic lifts in your pulls right after you throw, and then come back, go eat, go take a nap, whatever, come back, and then do your full lifting day of everything we do. So that typically would be best on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, following your throws in the morning, because you're breaking up the days in 2 parts. That's a great way to kind of increase your loads and take it up a notch, but would never recommend that in your first few cycles, or if you're definitely at a beginner level of this and you're seeing a lot of gains. It gets to a point where when you're plateauing, those are things that help you break through a plateau. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, what was the question too? You were saying about weighted box?
Oh yeah, he wanted to add in, what about weighted box jump training? You want to take a stab at that?
Is he just like referring to like literally weighting down himself and doing?
Yeah, I guess jumps? A vest. I'm assuming a vest or something. I hope you're not doing jump back squat on a box like we've seen before. Never do that.
Jump squats, the Devontae Wilson jump squats.
Yeah, I would never recommend that. If you're doing weighted box jumps with a vest or something, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so keep going. Talk about it.
Yeah. So same kind of thing. It's just apply a metric like with some sort of weight that you're referring to. I would just be careful on the box. Like, yeah, if you are like holding weight or like using the barbell with weight for like a jump squat, that is dangerous. So be careful with that. But yeah, it is the same as you're just loading a plyometric. Same kind of thing that we're trying to do with Olympic lifting. We find that that's the best way. Pretty much loading an explosive movement. So if you could, I would just recommend sticking to that. But sometimes I'll throw in some weighted plyometrics where I'll be holding 2 dumbbells, but I'll never do it like onto a box or anything like that. I'll just do it straight up into the air to kind of just minimize my chances of really messing up and hurting myself or something.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I've seen guys hurt themselves more in box jumps. So weighting it. Yeah. I know, you got to be careful. So if you're going to do it, I would recommend the pads. We actually have the cushion pads.
Yeah, stacking the weights is never a good idea. I found that out.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Right. I mean, like doing a box and then...
Well, we would literally have it. We'd stack the weights on top, and I missed, and my leg went down. I just scratched the hell out of my leg.
That's the problem, is if you miss and you have a hard box, it will scar up your shins. You could also roll an ankle.
Yeah, big time.
So be careful with the box jumps. I would do that with a plyometric program that's good, or in our plyometric program that's good, but not in never to replace Olympic lifts. Olympic lifting is definitely something that is way more effective if you're trying to get the explosive fast twitch involvement at a peak level than doing it in a box jump. But it's still, a box jump is a good addition to Olympic training, a good supplement to Olympic training. So, all right, that's a good question. Let's go to another question. Nate Butler asks, I have squatting problems. My squat is getting weaker. I don't know why. Have you heard of this problem? Thanks. All right, Nate. Hey, good question, Nate. I think what you're experiencing is typically what you experience coming out of a load week or a performance week, where you've gone really hard and the loads have gone up and your body's just beat down, your central nervous system is fried, and you've experienced a little bit of overtraining, but it's not really overtraining. And the way we look at overtraining, it's just fatigue is really what it is. Overtraining is when you start getting sick and when your numbers really crash and your mood starts to change, where it becomes more destructive to your training environment. So it sounds like you're in a fatigue. Maybe you did 2 good cycles in a row and your body's having a hard time catching up. If this keeps happening, then it becomes overtraining. So let's just watch it. If you don't see it go back up when you come out of your recovery weeks or your base weeks, if you don't see it go back up, then you could maybe question you're in overtraining. But I don't think you are. I think you're just experiencing your body having a hard time catching up with what's going on. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just read an article on this guy who decided to squat like every day for a year, and he charted it. So like it was cool to see how he would peak in his squat and max out, and then everything would dip for a little bit. And then he would peak again, and it would be a little bit higher, and then it would dip a little bit. So that's like just goes along with the roller coaster of training. That's just what's going to happen.
And that's a guy lifting every day?
He's squatting every day.
He's not maxing every day.
No, he wasn't maxing every day. But he was still just trying to get his squat up as much as he could, just doing it every day. But it was just seeing how it rose and peaked is kind of what he's going through, probably.
I think overtraining is a problem, but is in this approach with overtraining with lifting, not with throwing, it's hard to do. For example, I talked to Matt Bruce, an Olympian who trains brute strength with all of his guys. These are elite athletes in CrossFit games and stuff like that. And I said, what do you do when you get to plateaus and guys are struggling to break through? And he says, we do basically squat till you throw up. So it's not something that's really helping his body per se. It's really kind of breaking his mentality and kind of that his perspective of where he is. It's trying to get him to break out of that and take it to another level. So the point is, I've seen guys do like max. The bros method is a max effort approach. You max pretty much every day. I've seen guys do these crazy approaches and their bodies respond really well. Yeah, they go down hard, but they break out, So I think overtraining is someone goes down hard and then gets injured and quits and gets frustrated. That's what we want to avoid in overtraining. But I'm telling you, you'll learn a lot about the body. The body can handle a lot, but at the same time too, I don't want you to injure yourself. So do it smart and do it through something of loading and unloading. And that's probably what you're just going through. You're probably just experiencing the fatigue, the hard decline out of the loading weeks.
Yeah, but it's nothing uncommon though, but it is what is challenging with this program and this approach is guys will you'll have one week where you peak and your numbers are good and everything's like great and you're on top of the world, and then the next week just crash, and that's where it's like kind of you have to just keep trusting the process and keep moving through.
Yeah, so that's a great question. If you have another question, go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at TopVelocity, #PitchTips, #BaseballTips. Ask your question. We answer on the show. And hit us up on Snapchat. We've been on Snapchat a lot, doing our stories grow every day. Also, come to the 2x, 3x velocity camps. We don't have a lot in these camps right now during the season, so these are the great ones to come to because they're not full like they get in the summer. So you get a lot of work with us personally. So I'd check those camps out. We have them going into the spring break, and of course, they're already set up for the summer. So get them in the summer before everybody else does. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah.